Alrighty, SuperBenny here, and this is my top 10 and my favourite Resident Evil games. Now, first off, I kind of did this list after I finished Resident Evil Requiem, which is Resident Evil 9, and I kind of really wanted to see where this kind of fitted in with the rest of it for kind of like a little bit of fun for myself, to see where it kind of ranked really between all sort of the Resident Evil games. And my sort of top 10 goes between sort of 0 to 9 and how that would rank in a sort of top 10 kind of ones of Resident Evil. Let me know what you think Resident Evil ranks. As I say, after a week or so after I made this list, I did kind of wonder to myself today, actually, is this sort of some, recency bias as well? And then you go back and you think about some of the other sort of games as well, and you had some great memories with like the Tyrants coming and loads of different great memories from, all over the series. Remember the first time when you played, Village, or when you played the first sort of Resident Evil, or when you went to like Spencer Mansion and all this kind of jazz. It's very hard, and some of my top sort of two kind of chop and change as well. And I think eventually one of them will become the all-time sort of best one, just because it just plays very well. I think some of them haven't aged very well. It's not a definitive list. I could change this list about several times. I thought about changing it just now on one of the other lists. So we'll go through a top 10-ish first. You're probably going to disagree with a lot of these, but it's not a definitive list. But it's hard to do. It's very hard to do. But this is what I wrote about a couple of weeks back, and let's go through a top 10. My first one at 10 is Resident Evil 0. I don't really like the train and all that kind of stuff. For me, I don't feel any... There's a lot of weird monsters in it, and the train and Billy, and I don't think it's very good. That for me personally. Number 9 is Resident Evil 1. For me, it didn't start off with Resident Evil kicking off the excitement for me. I thought the mansion was a bit annoying at times. It's very much like old school sort of survival horror, with the beginnings of the games a bit like Alone in the Dark, and the very sort of early stages where it's a bit annoying, sort of the horror and that kind of stuff, a bit like Clock Tower and a few of these very early sort of horror games. Did set the basis for it. I respect it. It's not one of my favourites. Number 8 is RE7. Although it's probably one of the scariest ones, it's not something I'm going to go back very often, but I do like the Baker family and the monsters. It's just very... And the ending as well is good. Oh, you see what I mean? It gets difficult. Number 7 is Resident Evil 5. Although it's pretty good, there is some annoying parts in it. Some of the bosses on it are a bit weird, and it does drag to get through that first sort of Africa stage as well. It's not too much replayability for me as well. It's a bit of a strange one. It's hard. It's a hard slog. Number 6 is RE6. I quite like some of the action in it. It's not too bad. It's not too great. It's a bit sort of mid-ish game. Number 5 is Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 is pretty good, but it's kind of like a rehash of 2. It's alright. It's okay. It's not... Yeah, it's alright. It's okay. At number 4, I've got Resident Evil 8, so Village. Pretty good. Pretty good game. I like all the kind of structure and the bosses and stuff going around. It's a decent entry. I think it's quite a fun one to play. It's a bit like a play on a 4. It's a bit more of a I don't mind it. Transylvania kind of vibe. Then at number 3, I've got Resident Evil Requiem. Absolutely great fun to play. Um, yeah, it's good. Then we're down to our last ones, 1 and 2. So at number 2 is Resident Evil 4. Now that was a hard one to do. Resident Evil 4 is one of the fantastic ones to play. It's brilliant. Leon, most of the Leon games are probably my favourite sort of ones. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, fantastic, brilliant. Love the locations. And then at number 1, I've got Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 was my favourite for so many years. The only sort of thing with that being number 1, as much as I love it, the aging of it is getting to the point. Will eventually Resident Evil 4, as you can see down here, Resident Evil 4 will sort of take that kind of pride in place. It's kind of getting there almost now, just because it's one of those that's going to be still classic all time to play. And RE2 original is getting very, very hard to play these days. Although it's my probably favourite and what started everything for me, so that's why it's still number 1 there. And then I thought after that, oh, what about the other games? You know, you've got Code Veronica and Dead Aim and Revelations as well, which is pretty cool sort of ones. So I'm going to do a little additional one with 6 or 7 extra games in there. So we'll do that list very, very soon. What did I want to say in between all of that? Yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult to say. The recency bias can be a bit crazy, especially with Requiem, but let's run it down into 18. What else have I added into here? I've added Dead Aim, Operation Raccoon. I've also added Revelations in there, 1 and 2, plus the remakes. So yeah. So we've got 18 added in with those. We start off with this sort of top 18. It goes Dead Aim. I'm not a big fan. 17 is Operation Raccoon. It's just I found it. For me, it's not even a proper game. It's a bit weird. Then I've got 16 Resident Evil 0, 15 Resident Evil 1, 14 Revelations 1. It's all right. Don't get me wrong. Revelations 1 is all right. It's just a bit disjointed and a bit weird going through at some moments. But for me, even there, I mean, I still play all of these games, so it's not a dig. You know what I mean? I'd still play Resident Evil 0 and some of these ones. So 13 Resident Evil 3 Remake. Then I've got 12 Resident Evil 7, 11 Resident Evil 5, 10 Resident Evil 6, 9 Resident Evil 2 Remake, 8 Resident Evil 3, 7 Revelations 2. I think Revelations 2 is a fantastic game. It is up there with one of my favourite games on there. I don't think it gets enough recognition. Resident Evil 4 Remake, I still need to play that a bit more. 5 Resident Evil 8, 4 Resident Evil 9 Requiem, 3 Code Veronica, 2 Resident Evil 4, and 1 Resident Evil 2. I mean, Resident Evil 4 could be number 1 and kind of switches, but if you ask me generally what are my favourite games from Resident Evil, this is what I was going to say before. My favourite games, you know, when it comes to me, like, oh, what's your favourite Resident Evil games? It's probably it's Resident Evil 2, it's Resident Evil 4, and it's Resident Evil Revelations 2, and Code Veronica. Sorry, Code Veronica is my third. Yeah. So yeah, you know, those are my sort of four favourite ones. Code Veronica is probably my third favourite one, and that I'm looking forward to a remake more of Code Veronica than anything else. Yeah, RE2, RE4, they're up there for my favourite ones. Code Veronica, Revelations 2, I just enjoy playing and having fun with. But as I say, I love playing the whole sort of franchise. It's very difficult to put it in a list. Yeah. Let me know your list. You know, you can have gripes of what your favourite is, what your not favourite is. Just put your list in. I don't want to go, oh, your list is wow or whatever, but you know, I think Code Veronica is a brilliant game. They're all brilliant games. I love all the games for different reasons. You know, it just comes down to what you enjoy is more sort of fun for yourself, really. So, you know, it's not a dig at anyone's kind of list. Let me know your list. Do a top 10 if you can be bothered doing a top 18 if you have enough time in your life. Do your top 10 from 0 to 9. Let me know what you would put sort of for a queen. That's kind of where this sort of this video started. Let me know where you put RE9 in your list, which I think is sort of the main reason for doing the video. Leave me your top 10 in there so I can have a little ganders what you would put as yours. Yeah, it's just fun little thing for me to do. So yeah, let me know what's in your list for what is your favourite Resident Evil games. It's SuperBenny. Take care.